Hey guys, Ashley here from Real Buy Agency in John Scott Bothell, here with a February monthly market update for the residential real estate markets of King and Snohomish counties, Washington. In this video, we will primarily look at the market statistics and contributing data that ran through the month of January, briefly looking at the national mortgage rates before moving on to look specifically at local data that was sourced directly from the Northwest MLS public release. In these videos, we attempt to break down a few charts in detail before finally providing a complete summary at the end. If you're just looking to get some quick info on one specific market aspect or a summary of the current market as a whole, please feel free to skip ahead to the relevant section. Depending on which platform you're watching on, you can find detailed chapters and timestamps provided on the video timeline and in the description below. Okay then, that said, let's get started.
Okay, starting off as always with a quick look at the 30-year fixed mortgage rates. These are weekly averages that are provided by Freddie Mac every Thursday. So for the week ending January the 7th, 2021, the average was 2.65. And for the week ending January the 14th, the average jumped up to 2.79%. Then we came down slightly since that weekend in January the 14th for 2.77%, the weekend in January the 21st. Then the weekend in January the 28th, we dropped down to 2.73%, so another 4 basis points. Since that time, all the way through the week reporting Thursday, February the 11th, we've been at that 2.73%. As we said last month, most economists are projecting this year that there will be moderate increases in interest rates, nothing substantial, but possibly ending the year in the range of 3.4 to 3.5%. But this month, as you can see, this first month of the year has been fairly static, coming up a little bit off those all-time lows at the very beginning of the month. Moving on to our local data. Newly active listings. For the month of January, King County had 2,598 newly active listings. Snohomish County had 1,018 newly active listings. In King County, that means a month-to-month increase of 44.90%. And in Snohomish County, that means a month-to-month increase of 26.3%. When we compare this to January 2020, we can see that King County's newly active listings are actually up 10.04%. And in comparison, Snohomish County was down by 8.12%. Moving on to total active listings. King County ended the month with 1,855 total active listings. And Snohomish County ended the month with 372 total active listings. In King County, that means a month-to-month adjustment of approximately minus 4.82%. And in Snohomish County, that means a month-to-month adjustment of minus 0.27%. Actually, Snohomish County is literally just down one listing. So ended December with 373 listings total on the market and ended January with 372. So almost as flat as it can be. When we look at January this year versus January last year, we can see that in King County, the total active listings is actually down approximately 12.42% to 2 decimal places. And in Snohomish County, it's down a much more dramatic 61.61%. It's not too surprising that it's this much lower in Snohomish County. This just follows on logically from the statistics we reported in December and the activity we've seen these last few months. Pending sales charts. For the month of January, there were 2,625 total pending sales in King County, and Snohomish County ended the month with 1,045 total pending sales. Total pending sales numbers here account for properties that went pending during the month. This is non-inclusive of pendings that run over from the previous month. And with any property that may have gone pending more than one time during the month only being counted that one time. In King County, this means a month-to-month increase in pending sales of approximately 11.65%. And in Snohomish County, there was a month-to-month increase of 2.65%. For this time of year, when we compare this versus January last year, we see that in King County, pending sales are actually up by 6.02% to 2 decimal places. And in comparison, Snohomish County is down by 17.13%. Moving on to price charts. Firstly up is the median listing price chart. For the month of January, King County's median listing price was $724,900, and Snohomish County's median listing price was $625,000. In King County, that meant a month-to-month increase of 3.63%, and in Snohomish County, that meant a month-to-month increase of 4.17%. When we compare this January versus January 2020, we see that in King County, the median listings price was actually down by 3.35%, while in Snohomish County, it was up by 8.70% to 2 decimal places. And last but certainly not least, switching over to the median closing sales prices. For the month of January, King County's median closing sales price was $644,950, and Snohomish County's median sales price was $554,990. In King County, this means a month-to-month decrease of approximately 4.59%, and in Snohomish County, this means a month-to-month increase of approximately 3.74%. When we compare this January versus January 2020, we can see that in King County, the median sales prices are actually up by approximately 9.32%. And in Snohomish County, the median closing sales price is up by approximately 14.43%. So the median closing sales price appreciated 14.43% in the space of a single year.
So in summary, mortgage rates in January rose from all-time lows at the very beginning of the year of about 2.65% for the 30-year fixed, up to about 2.79% through the second week of January, before coming back down slightly and staying flat through the end of January and the start of February at about 2.73%. Meanwhile, the residential real estate markets of King and Snohomish County took slightly divergent paths from each other this past month. While both counties saw a sizable uptick in new listings versus December, as would be wholly expected per seasonal norms, King County's new listings numbers exceeded those that it posted in January 2020, while Snohomish County's fell slightly short of the new listings it added 1 year ago. Meanwhile, when it came to pending rates and total active inventory, King County saw an uptick in number of properties going pending this January versus January of last year, and a subsequent reduction both month to month and year over year of the total available inventory. In contrast, Snohomish County saw a slight reduction in its pending rates year over year, and its total active inventory at the end of the month, while still down massively versus January 2020, remained fairly static on a month-to-month basis, only down 1 listing versus December. As we have cautioned previously, we should be careful not to read too much into a reduction of inventory going pending in Snohomish County, as such an extremely low total inventory number here almost guarantees reductions in pending rates. If pending rates were to be sustained at historic averages in Snohomish, we would quickly be entirely out of properties listed for sale here. This is something to keep in mind for the remainder of the spring, as continued market pressure from an ample number of would-be buyers facing a very limited number of available properties is almost certain to lead to sales prices continuing to appreciate here, with the only potential drag on that fact being whether mortgage rates stay at these near historic lows and whether properties can effectively appraise at values not too far removed from the offered purchase prices. It is in this environment, as we anticipated back at the start of December, that the closing sales prices in Snohomish County for January finally rose sharply, landing on a median average of $544,990. This was an all-time median closing sales price high for the county, and with inventory so scarce and so many multiple offer situations occurring, we may anticipate a sustaining of closing prices at around these levels, or even further sales price rises over the coming weeks and months. King County's median closing sales price, though, as we had also anticipated could happen at the end of last year, it fell over $30,000 from December through January, ending last month at a median closing sales price of $644,950. It will certainly be interesting to see what happens to the median sales prices of properties in King County over the next few weeks, with both indications here of a slight uptick in listings activity happen, but also a respondent increase in purchase activity, In the short term, we might expect prices to flatline at about their current level, but on a 3-month to 12-month timeline, it's tough to say which way it will trend. Again, slight changes here on either side of the equation could vary the nature of the market and affect the prices substantially. Okay then guys, that does it for the February 2021 market update. Please hit the like button if you found this video useful and subscribe to the page or channel below. Feel free to engage or post any questions you may have in the comments section below. And otherwise, I hope this finds you well, that you are having a great February, that you're enjoying the winter weather this past weekend if you had it, and enjoying the absence of the winter weather if you didn't. And other than that, as always, be sure to stay safe out there and have a great one.